Croatia and innovation. I mean, I think that the short answer is yes, of course. Croatia can innovate. I mean, it has. I mean, it's a history of innovation. Look at the shipbuilding industry. I mean, for many years, it was a leader. Okay, so it's not a leader now. I mean, that sort of manufacturing has moved somewhere else. So, in a sense, Croatia has always been an innovator as a nation. The question is how does it innovate now? I mean, we're post the industrial building of ships. We're leaving that to other countries. But even still, for navigation systems, for example, luxury shipping. I mean, even within the traditional industries of Croatia, of course, it can innovate. I think that for the future, in terms of innovation, I think it's interesting. Really, I think the education system in Croatia, but also everywhere else in the world, so this isn't just picking on Croatia, is out of sync with with the desire to innovate. Because in many ways, school systems in particular, which are content driven, it's learn this content and then test. So everything is from a book, in a sense, and then just regurgitating. There's nothing in the education system that encourages collaboration at the high-stakes testing. I mean, when you go for your exams, you have to sit on your own and 3 foot apart from everybody else. How does that foster or test or measure your ability to innovate? So you have on the flip side all these businesses, I mean, in Croatia, but everywhere, saying we want to hire more creative individuals, people who can innovate and so forth. But yet we have an education system which essentially beats that out of children. I mean, the ones that survive and get their good grades and go to university and so forth probably aren't your best innovators, probably haven't had that opportunity. It's the outliers that succeed. Also, I think that Croatia, I mean, the location of Croatia is very important. I mean, you're only a couple of hours from every major European city. Do you know what I mean? So transportation links, location, wonderful coastline and so forth. I think that also in a fantastic opportunity to encourage other people to join your country. Do you know what I mean? Especially from England, seeing as we're trying to detach ourselves from the EU right now. So I'll be applying for my Croatian passport, I think. But I think it's also, I think the other thing is something to examine within your own culture, I guess. And that's not really for me to talk about because I don't really know it that well. What I've observed is that it's quite conservative. Do you know what I mean? And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's that, but the ability to be able to speak up, to be able to disagree in a collegial way. I mean, just disagreement isn't a problem. I mean, it's how ideas create. And whether the internal culture will allow that kind of interchange between people within a corporate setting. But in balance, my sense is that Croatia probably has an exciting future ahead of it, actually.